Now it's recording.
Well, like I said, this should have been part of the blooper.
Oh, this is too pink.
But it's cute though. Wait. What's the color that I have? I don't know.
This is Amber's line. XO Pasio.
XO Pasio.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
The XO, the Pasio stands for passion or something like that, she said. I don't know.
Does she have like bronzer colors?
No.
Oh, so what?
Just lip gloss.
No, I mean like a bronzier color of lip gloss.
She has more nudes than this.
Yeah, I could do a nude.
What is that?
Bronze.
So why are you putting it all over your face?
I normally do.
No.
I just do it.
You do
What?
your cheekbones and your outer.
No, I always go like this.
No.
You know what?
If you had like a shimmer or a highlighter.
But it's a bronze.
Oh, okay. But you're not using it as like contour.
No.
Oh, okay,
No. I'm using it as a bronzer.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, I don't understand. Why am I doing this?
All right. Ready?
Oh.
Are we gonna get started?
Yes. Let's get started.
Hey. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hey guys, we're back.
We're back.
For another episode. Not sorry. Sorry, not sorry.
Sorry, not sorry. They just love us.
They better. But this is Making Up with Friends.
Making Up with Friends.
I am Miss Candace P.
And the T.
What is this, episode 3?
3.
Episode 3. If you're watching this, we're just chilling. It's cold.
It's cold.
Freezing.
It is freezing cold out there.
So
I literally just said today, I was like, when I was outside, I was like, damn, when I got to the car, I was like, damn, it's cold as a bitch. And I was like, no, it's cold as all the bitches out there. All the bitches.
Why did I run out of what is it called? When you clean your windows?
Oh, the windshield wiper.
Yes.
Fluid.
And then the rest of it, no, it's okay, fine, you can talk.
Yes, the bestie is in the background.
But it started freezing on the windshield wiper and it on the windshield and it stopped working. So I had to get out of the car, start scraping it off because my windshield wipers weren't like doing anything because it was freezing. I was like, oh my God. Yes. Like I just could not believe it.
Look at what you made me do. Oh my God, I'm dead.
Oh my goodness. I don't even see it. Let me see.
I think I got it.
Okay. Right. Yeah, you did it.
I am so dead. That is hilarious.
But I'm like,
I get to see you outside.
I was furious. And then like we were already running behind because I didn't wake up until like 7 o'clock.
Oh
and I was
God.
like, oh my Lord. I was like, if I don't get out of this car, like driving these past couple of days, especially when it's so cold.
Oh my God.
It's been a nightmare.
It's a nightmare.
On the way here, I was like, I need to get out of this death trap. Like, I just felt like, and I'm driving, I just feel like it's something like people, especially in Maryland, I just think they're like so freaking retarded and cannot drive. I just don't.
Wait a minute, shut up, because I'm sitting here like,
But I think they are. They gotta be. Like,
no. The people here are nasty.
Just to get to a red light.
And they horrible drivers.
Yes. Like, it's ridiculous. So that's why I said they're retarded. Some people may say that's like, socially incorrect or whatever. But Maryland, Baltimore specifically, drivers are, no, it's actually the whole DMV. it's the whole 3 states.
All of the DMV.
All of them. They just drive ridiculous. We did want to talk about relationships and the different aspects of relationships. I myself have been married for, always forget. I think we got married in 2013.
So I said 8 years.
8 years.
8 years.
Okay.
Like
8 years.
But y'all have been together for
12.
Yeah.
Almost 12 years.
Okay.
So that's a long time of being with the person, and it's always evolving, digressing or regressing or whatever. It's always going up and down. And sometimes it's for the better, sometimes it's for the worse, but that's any relationship. And, you know, some might say for us to be so young and still going, you know, that's success. Yeah. But I think marriage is one of the things that you would never just completely be successful at, to me.
So,
or relationships for that matter.
So I will say, bye, best friend. Bye. So I will say that, so when I was married for 7 years, but we were together for 12. When I was married, there was a period in time where I was pregnant. It was a stressful time or whatever. And there was a guy that I worked with at Social Security, and at that time he had been married for, I think he said 23 years or something like that. Okay. And I asked him, I said, well, what advice would you give someone, that is just getting married, or never been married or whatever? And he said, it's not easy, but what I always tell people is sometimes you hate your mate. Yeah. He said, and for some reason, you hate your mate at the 7-year mark, that 13-year mark. Like he was like, and you just hate them. You just hate them so much that you think that you're going to divorce them.
They're like, stop it.
You think you're going to divorce them. And he said, and I'm not talking about, this many years together. I'm talking about married. Okay. And I was like, when he told me, I was like, dang, that was so like honest. Yeah. And he was like, but you have to remember that this happens to every couple, and it's normally around this, amount of time. And even if you've been together for this amount of time, it can still happen. You know what I mean? Right. He was like, but that doesn't mean that it won't work out.
Right. Okay.
And it was very, it caught me off guard. So, it seems like for anybody, however many years.
Can you tell them to be quiet?
Please. Yeah. We're sorry. We got some hood ratchet best friends back there.
But, I think that's solid advice because, I just think, and some people may not say hate, but like sometimes like your spouse or, whoever it is, they're in your space all the time. And yes, it's a conjoined space, but a lot of times the person doesn't get as much personal time as they would like. So no matter what age your kids are, sometimes your spouse is like a child and you got to do everything for them, can't function, but
no comment.
But I think back when I was working at Zales. I had to be like 18, 19, but no, I think I was doing hair. I don't know, but it was a client. She was an older client, and she said that they were celebrating like 40, 50 years together. Wow. And I was like, oh my goodness, like tell me how do you make it? Like yes, I'm like, congratulations. And she really said, don't argue. Don't argue about the small stuff. Don't argue about the things that you cannot change or fix. So I'm like, that's so hard to do. It's so hard to do, especially when emotions are high. But she said the reason why I say don't argue, because you'll look back at your arguments, as heated as you are and as passionate as you are, at that when moment, you look back at it, you're like, wow, that was so small, that was so stupid. Or you don't even remember what you were arguing about, but you do know how much time that you didn't talk to that person, or if you guys got separated, or if it was something like, as far as that person cheated or something like that, you remember those because those are the trickle effects of such minor but deadly, in a sense, type of argument. So, I just think that always comes to mind when I think about when there are tough times, and who knows, maybe the stuff that I thought was tough is not tough at all, but I guess I just say all this to say any type of relationship is going to be work. It's never going to stop.
Right.
Even if you stop and pick up with another person, it's always going to continue the same cycle, kind of somebody else needing something.
Well, any relationship in general takes work. It doesn't have to be a marriage.
Yeah.
It can be a friendship. It still takes work. Everybody has to show up. You have to be a part of it and accountable. So I mean, yeah, absolutely.
But I know that the past couple episodes we haven't really jumped in and talked about us so much. We just started talking about just started the conversation like we normally do, which is fine. So, if you want to know more or if you have questions, we're going to start a forum on our page, make a question of the day or whatever it is, so that we can kind of interact with you guys.
Because we want to talk about the things that you want to talk about, so you can get just different perspectives on different topics. And then, we're also talking about starting a blog. Posting our own daily thought on there for you to respond to so we can talk about it.
Yeah. And I think that'll be, we're building our own little community. But more so in relationships, if we want to keep talking about relationships, you're in a relationship.
Yes.
A happy relationship.
I am. And we're not married, but I was married. And I was married for 7 years. And we were together for 12. And I'm divorced, so I have two different perspectives. I can give you a perspective of how it is to be a part of a divorce that involves children and how difficult it has been, because I'm still fighting. 4 years later, I'm still fighting. How difficult it has been. And then feeling like, do I want to go through this again?
Right.
Do I want to be married again?
Yeah.
Would it be easier because the second person we won't have children together? Or is this second person even going to exist? Am I going to be by myself?
Right.
Do I have to settle for less than what I want?
Right.
All of these things. So it's, I'm saying all this to say, like, some marriages, they work out, right? And some don't, but you can still learn from what didn't work out, and you can still have good relationships with your ex-spouse. I mean, I look at my parents and I'm like, I have 4 parents, and that my mom and dad are remarried, and not once can I ever tell you that I have seen them arguing.
Oh, that's great.
I don't know my parents as arguing. Every time I see them, all 4, they are like hugging each other, they're having fun together, they're laughing together. And that's what I look at when I think, okay, my marriage ended. This is what I want for my marriage.
Oh,
I want my ex-husband to be able to move on and me be supportive of his relationship as long as it's healthy, a healthy environment.
That's a functional.
It's a functional relationship.
Yeah.
A supportive co-parenting relationship. I want that, but unfortunately I don't have that, and that's okay. But with me not having that, I'm carrying baggage that's heavy for somebody else to have to bear.
Yeah.
So I thought a lot, like, how can I actually move on from this and meet somebody that would actually be okay with my situation?
Right.
My baggage. And what if they have baggage?
And how
difficult, is it going to make it for me?
Yeah, because everyone has baggage.
Yeah, and then how am I going to meet them? Am I going on a dating site?
Right.
Because once you hit a certain age, I'm 36. Once you hit a certain age, you're not going out.
Right.
You're not going to bars. You're not, really socializing as much as you were when you're younger, because you're in the career field. You're in bed by a certain time. Like, you're not partying hard. You have children.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
you rather stay in a house.
So how are you going to meet somebody?
Yeah.
Are you getting set up on a blind date?
Right.
All these things we think about, and I have been through all of them. And let me tell you, so my boyfriend that I'm with right now, It'll be 3 years. It'll be 3 years in August.
Okay.
Don't ask me a date and it don't matter because I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, so it don't matter.
Does he know?
No, he doesn't. So we're on the same page. We're the same person. We good. We both know it's August.
Okay.
So it'll be 3 years in August, and we were set up on a blind date.
Okay.
And so my cousin's wife was like, and this was my second blind date, and I'm surprised I gave her a second chance.
Oh, so she set you up before.
Oh,
yeah. Okay.
And what an idiot. So she was like, look, I just want you to meet a nice person because you're a nice person, right? And I'm like, but I don't want to meet a nice person. I'm good. Like, I just want to be left alone.
Right.
And she's like, no, I know I messed up the first time. She was real honest. She was like, I know I messed up and I'm really sorry and I feel so bad.
Oh,
and like, she was like, but I think this is a nice guy and she really would like him. And I'm like, okay, what show me well, first of all, hold up. Let me back up. Blind dates today are not like blind dates 80,000 years ago. Okay. You can actually see a picture of the person, but that's still a blind date. You don't know this person. You never met them. They're a stranger.
And you can't really say, you can look at a person from a picture and kind of get a little but you don't get much.
We all look different in person, on camera, different. So anyway, so she was like, but I think you really like him. And I'm like, all right, well, just show me a picture. Mind you, she's we're at my house, she's doing my hair. And so I see a picture of him and I'm like, no, he is not my type. What? Now, yes, because my ex-husband, white, dirty blonde hair, blue eyes, whatever. Him, all kinds of dark chocolate.
But you did get a little into the chocolate, and then. So
my first blind date.
Oh, that was it.
She hooked me up with my first blind date. Ooh. Yes, and that was the chocolate.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. See, that's why she said, I feel so bad.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I said. I'm surprised I gave another try.
Wow.
So so he was second blind. So this time I was like, oh, okay. She showed me a picture and I'm like, all right, well, he ain't my type. But what's his number? So I sent him a text message right there. I was like, I'm about to text him. So I said, hey, so I hear that you're single. I'm Amari's friend. And then I sent a picture and I was like, but it was me and 2 other girls on the sides of me. And I was like, and I'm the one in the middle. Oh yeah, by the way, my name is Tavia.
Okay.
So he responded.
I know. Girl, all right. And by the way, there you go.
That's who I am. And I was like, no. So he text messaged me like right back.
Okay.
And he was like, LOL. Okay, nice to unofficially meet you, I guess. But he was like, I'm in the movies. I'll call you when I get out. He called me.
Okay.
And 3 hours later, we finally hung up.
Oh, wow.
Right. 3 hours. When I say I was like, I can't wait to talk to him again. And I was like, this is so different.
Yeah.
And, and like we said, you never really know what a person looks like, on a picture or whatever. So the first time we met, we were on the phone with each other. It was after work. Now we're both very busy people. He's got a business. I've got a business. We both have full-time jobs. And then I got 2 kids. It's a lot. So we're both busy people. So we were on the phone with each other, and he lives like a couple streets, not really too far, maybe like 3 or 4 minutes from my house. So, and I'm like driving home from work, and he's leaving the house, and I'm like, oh yeah, because I'm almost home. And he was like, well, where you at? And I'm telling him the street, and he like, you at the stop sign? Because I'm at the stop sign.
Wow.
And I was like, yeah. And so we pulled over, we got out, we hugged, and then we got back in the cars, and we kept going because I had to get the kids. And it was just like, this is such a weird first,
Yeah, but that's
it was so.
That's so weird, but it's like
Right.
connected. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So anyways, yeah, here we are almost 3 years later.
Oh,
You
well,
know,
that's good.
and that was a blind date.
I mean, I know people have horror stories. I've never personally had a blind date. Now, like, did I meet somebody like off of social media? Yes.
Yeah.
But you know,
Well, what social
and that was
media?
kind of like Facebook.
Okay.
You know, that's how I met my husband. Like, I kept seeing that. Well, first of all, it's like kind of freaky, like this story. Brandon was at my senior prom with another
What?
girl. I didn't
Wait a
know
minute.
him.
I was at your prom.
No, you went to my
I went to
senior
the
prom.
junior prom.
Senior prom, it was me and Kiana.
Okay.
And his cousin, like I've been friends with her since like middle school. I have pictures with her. Like, and then I just kept seeing him on Facebook. Like it was suggested as my friend, and I ignored it so many times.
You didn't know who he was.
Yeah, because I'm like, because he looked kind of like one of my cousins, and I'm like, is he my cousin?
I know y'all.
But I'm like,
favor.
People say that all the
Oh my
time.
gosh,
but we're not related.
Thank the Lord.
But you know, so I kept seeing him, and I was like, why do I keep seeing this person? So he finally friend requested me, and I accepted it, and I was still dating and like enjoying my life. So
yeah.
I was just like, okay, you know, I'll see what he's about. But we had the first conversation. Well, we would talk on, like, you know, back then on Facebook, like if somebody seen you up there popping and like, why you up and what you doing, big head, like all that other stuff. And it's like,
right.
You don't know me like
you don't know me.
But we ended up talking on the phone and like really exchanging numbers and talking. And it was like from jump, like we would talk all night. And back then we still had a landline phone, so. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, you old.
Yes. So he was in Japan.
I remember.
Yeah. So I'm like, my mother comes downstairs one day with a bill, like, you know, she was like, who are you talking to in Japan? And she was like, what? Oh my God. It was like a $300 bill.
Oh my
and
God.
She was like, who are you talking to in Japan? Are you talking to that boy? And I'm like, yeah, you know, I didn't know that it cost, you know, because I'm not thinking.
Lord Jesus.
So anyway, he paid it. He's a real one. He paid
shoot.
it.
But he was like, give me that bill.
Yeah, he was like, I'm sorry, I should have probably said something. But during that time, like, you know, we knew so many people. I mean, I couldn't believe he was at my prom, but I wouldn't have noticed him anyway.
Y'all had connections.
Yeah, but we had connections already established and we didn't know. So fast forward, we were not about to talk because he called me one day when he's in Japan. Mind you, time difference.
Right.
So I'm staying up to talk to this boy.
Oh,
I like
Lord.
him.
Right. You
he started talking to me about some other girl. And so I was like, oh, like I'm looking at the phone. This is the phone. I'm looking at the phone. I'm like,
oh, no, the fuck you did.
We friends. I said, oh, we're friends. Okay. So I'm like, I'm about to start going back to sleep. Like, what are we doing here?
I'm wasting money.
Girl.
Stand up.
I was like, okay, so we're friends. So let's, you know, so from that moment forward, I would put him in the friend zone.
Mm-hmm.
He ends up coming in town and he kept calling me, and I didn't know the number that he was calling me from. Because he only had his international number. And he's like, hey, I'm trying to see if I could take you out, whatever. So I ended up letting him take me out. But at first I was like, no, we're friends. I'm like, well, I might let you take me out, spend some money on me, but that's about it. But from then, like, it was nonstop. Like, it was a go. Like, from the day that we met, it just never, in person.
Right.
We just never stopped liking each other.
Have you ever heard of the 3 loves? Speaking of love of your life?
No.
The 3 loves that a person is supposed to have?
No.
So it's like a 3 love rule, which I swear is so true because I have sat down and actually read it.
Okay.
And I think about it and I'm like, oh my God, that is so true. And I'm just giving you a quick synopsis. Of course, it's like a paragraph or whatever long. So your first love is supposed to be the one that introduces you to what love is. Right.
Okay.
And you fall so hard for them, and it's very hard for you, and it takes a lot longer for you to get over that one first love. Right. So I'm sure you know who that is. I know who that is.
Okay.
So, but they introduce you to, not only do they introduce you to love, but having your heart broken.
Okay, so pain too.
Right.
Okay.
Then your second love is when you actually now truly understand what love is.
Okay.
Right. So you know how to love and you know how it feels to not be loved back. Right.
Okay.
So, because you've already been introduced to all of that in your first love.
Mm-hmm.
But with your second love, it feels so much different from your first love.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the love that takes you the longest to get over.
Oh, wow. Wow. Okay.
Right? So then there comes your third true love.
Okay.
And this is your third and final love.
Okay.
Final. So your third and final love is the one that picks you up from those two broken hearts.
Wow. Okay.
Right? And you don't even realize that he's your true love, the one that you'll be with forever.
Okay.
Because he's not attracted to you in the way that you would be attracted to someone else. He's not everything that you have always looked for. He's not your type. He's so left field.
Yeah, because Brandon wasn't my type. Like, I liked him legally black, ugly.
Like, yeah, like, you know, but the third love is somebody that you would have never dated before.
Yeah.
But for some reason, you gave them time.
Yeah.
You know, you were attracted to what you didn't see. You know, and then the way that you love them doesn't feel anything like the first one, nothing like the second one.
Wow.
It feels so different that you don't want to let it go.
Well, I completely understand that because, like, I made a conscious decision when I decided I would date Brandon. I made a conscious decision about what I wanted. You know, I think I had really, at that time in my life, I really had mapped out not necessarily the plans of what the direction was going to be, but who I needed in my life.
Right.
And so I definitely see that. I never even thought about that. That's powerful.
But I will tell you what, I'm not leaving my man. I'm not leaving this one. Number 3, I told him, I said, I don't care if you broke up with me. I'll see you tomorrow. And I'm going to make sure I bring stuff for breakfast. I'm not breaking up with you.
You're not breaking up.
No.
Like, you can break up with me, but I'm not.
It don't matter. It don't matter. It don't matter. He tried to act like one time he was going to break up with me or whatever. And I was like,
no.
Oh, I was pissed. I was like, oh, so he going to break up with me? And you know what I did?
What?
Called him late at night and I said, so you going to need dinner or what tomorrow?
Exactly. What time are you coming?
I'm not playing these games. We ain't broken up.
No, we're not.
Because he's number 3 and it's final. It's final. He caught me off guard. He wasn't my type. He my everything now.
That's important. And that's the beautiful thing of love. And, you know, those who are searching, those who feel like they're at that number 2 spot and you're going through it or whatever, but you know, it's such a learning experience. Take what you can apply. You know, I think so much of us, this podcast and it being a powerful movement, excuse me, is that you hear different perspectives and you hear different experiences. Right. You know, I'll be sharing more and, you know, we'll both talk, give information that we do have, we'll give our opinions on things. Yes. And and again, if you want to send some questions in or anything, we are more than happy to discuss it, talk about it, give our perspective. It's always good to hear somebody else's perspective. And we will definitely listen to yours too. Yeah. So thank you for joining us. Thank you. This is called Making Up with Friends. Making Up with Friends. I'm about to say episode 3. And we'll see you next week. See y'all. Bye.